What's up, YouTube? Black Feather Snipes back at you with another video. Today I wanted to go over a play that I found using my stock screener on TradingView. Um, so I just went to and this is the old version of the stock screener on TradingView. It has the old setup. I don't like the new one. It has too many bells and whistles. I like the original version. Um, so some of the filters I have is just the regular spot trading, exchange MEXC, and then I just have it crossing up on the MACD signal line. So that's what I look for when I'm scanning through these plays, and then I'll sort from highest to lowest the volume 24-hour change. So that lets me know, there's a lot of flow coming into this play and a lot of eyes are on it, not just me seeing something, but it's letting me know there's momentum growing behind it. And the first one that pops up is Loopring. As you can see, it has a volume 24-hour change of 3,165.75% change of the average. And you can see the stock is up, or crypto is up 20% about. Um, so once we go to, so that was interesting to me. So I went over to the chart just to look at it. And first I went to the monthly candle just to see what's going on the monthly. Since it's August 31st, I like to look at the monthly candles just to see where we're going to close on the month, because those are typically stronger signals than you would get on the weekly or daily or 15-minute chart. So the first thing I noticed was last month, um, we had this inverted hammer. We had a doji. Uh, it's like a fat body doji, not quite a doji, but you can see it has pretty much the same lower and upper wick. And then we had an inverted hammer at that level, and then we had a solid green close for this month, and it's about to close in 16 minutes. So we had a continuation from that inverted hammer. And as you can see, I drew a little gray horizontal line just showing, that happened on a support line. So if we go all the way back to, this is October 2018, October 1st, you can see, we had a inverted hammer here. It touched this line, came down, and then 4 months of consolidation at this level, treating it as resistance. Then we came back down, um, and then when we closed above this level, you can see on the monthly, that was a key level when we shot all the way from, that was a 7 cent, and we came all the way up to, moon bags, which is, ridiculous. We came all the way up to almost $4 from 7 cent. So you can just imagine, the gains from that, if you would have been watching that play. And obviously that correlated with altcoin season last cycle, but still, if you would have been watching it on the monthly, and you would have saw, hey, it closed above this resistance level, let me get in, and then that would have played out, taking profits on the way up. So now we're back at this level again, August 31st, 2025, and that's what I see. So at that same level, it came back down to treat it as support now, which was resistance. Now we're treating it as support, and we had an inverted hammer at that level. So that lets me know that that's still a key level that traders have in their mind, is, that they want to hold. So plus this continuation candle, that lets me know that this is probably a good level to start buying. And once again, this is the monthly chart, so um, you have some time with this. So now that I identified that on the monthly chart, I'm going to go to the weekly, and that's where I drew this box of consolidation. So you can see that most of the price action from what is that, March 17th all the way till right now, August, it's been pretty much trading in this zone. It came out of it a little bit, for 2 weeks, and then it came right back in it. It came out of it again for 4 weeks, and then it came right back in this zone. So it's pretty much just been consolidating, moving sideways in this zone. And now we're testing the high of this zone. But what's significant about this is what I drew on the monthly chart. As you can see, if we go further back to March 1st of 2024, you can see we can draw this trend line. So this was the high at 55 cent. You know, we was going down, and then we came back up, touched this, and that's where you draw the trend line, 32 cent. And now that carries all the way to through this level. As you can see, we're getting close to that level right now. So given that this is a consolidation zone and we're touching that trend line, I would like to see us typically probably close over this level right here, about this 12 cent level, or really when this candle closed, because this is the weekly chart, probably not right there. Let me take that off of there. Since this is the weekly candle, this is going to close here. So once it gets over this high, which is around the 11 cent level, that's when I would really confirm this as a breakout of this trend line. So if the next week, when we print this next candle, once we get over that level and show a sustained move, that's a great entry. And why is that? Because you're going to be over this consolidation zone. We're going to be breaking out of this trend line all the way from March of 2024. So that's almost like a year and a half trend line. You know, we have 3,000% 24-hour volume change at this level. So that's telling me momentum is coming. People are seeing this. So that's just another thing. And then also on the weekly chart, we have these two dojis right here. We have a doji here, and then we, you know, breaking out of it. So that's, you know, indecision, and now we have a direction. But like I said, I'll wait till we get over the high of this week, and then that would be an entry for me. And then just another thing that I saw, guys, because you just want to take yourself through the play. You can see the volume on these charts. So let's see if I can make this clear. So I'm just gonna randomly go back to let's just go back to this level over here. So we can see we were consolidating, pretty much moving sideways. And then if you look down here, if you look at my cursor, this is just the volume. And this gray horizontal, or this gray line that's moving down and just sideways, that's the average volume. So one of the things that I noticed is when we're consolidating, you know, this is weeks. So this is 1 week, 2 weeks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 weeks of consolidation. And the first week that we had a green candle print over the average volume, we saw a move to the upside. So this was when we had the first green candle over the average volume after we consolidated. So that was around 18 cent. We pushed all the way up to 43 cent. So that was about a double, a 2.5x move. So then I go to the next level where we consolidated. So the same deal. So once we really started moving sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 weeks of consolidation, you know, all of it below this average volume line. And then when we get the first candle above the average volume, which is right here, it's at 11 cent. And then that's when we start pushing higher, and we push to about, you know, 33 cent. So we went from 11 cent to 33 cent. That was a 3x move. And like I said, this is the weekly chart, so this is going to take some time to play out. But I'm just making a thesis here for what you should be looking at. And what do you know? What do we have again? So we're moving sideways. So if we look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 weeks of consolidation, and we got this first candle. We had a candle over here that was over the average volume, but this was only after like 5 or 6 weeks of consolidation. So the next candle was back below it, so it was like a fake out. But we have 20 weeks of consolidation. We had a candle above the average volume, which was a doji, and then the next one above average volume, then the next one, which was another doji, then the next one even higher above average volume, and now we're close to a breakout. So that's just another thing to keep in mind, that okay, well, maybe we're gonna, so right now we're at 10 cent. The last time it was a 2.5x. The next time it was a 3x move. So maybe I'm thinking anywhere from 2x to 4x move on this play, since we consolidated even longer. The other two plays was 10 weeks, like 12 weeks, and now we're 20 weeks, so maybe we can get an even bigger move, especially with it coinciding with altcoin season. And then you also just want to draw levels on this chart. So I think, because price has memory, I think we can get up to this level of 31 cent, especially if we break this trend line. And like I said, and we're at 10 cent now, so that logically makes sense. Another 3x move, we can get back up to this level up here. And even then, I'll probably want to hold it, since this is a trend line from 2024 if we show that we break it. So yeah, guys. And then if you just want to see, like, maybe how long should I hold this? So like I said, from when it consolidated, this was really a sustained breakout. The same with this. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, a month long breakout. This was probably, from October all the way to March. So that was, a 6-month breakout. So like I said, you just want to think about this stuff. You're trying to create a story in your mind. And I'll just show you guys the last thing that I saw on this, which these little bars over here on the right side. We have a little volume gap here, so you can see this big bar over here at 9 to 10 cent, and that's showing where a lot of people have put buy orders, or where a lot of exchanging of hands of buyers and sellers have taken place. And then at this 10 cent, 12 cent, and then it falls off, and this is the next level that's pretty high at 24 cent. So it usually likes to fill that gap to the next place that it wants to go to, that next place of liquidity, and that's the 24 cent level. So I'm expecting this to at least go from 10 cent to 25 cent, and then maybe touch those highs of 33. But those would be some of my price targets on this play. And like I said, this is the weekly chart, so this is going to take some time to play out. Maybe like with this run, another month for it to play out, or in the last one, a month to 6 months to play out, before it, maybe hits a top and starts to reverse. But that's all for this play, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Follow my channel for more. Turn on that bell to stay notified when I make new content. Let me know what you guys think. That's all for this video. I'll get back at you later. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.